I knew I was gonna get a phone call. Damn, work is always fucking bothering me, man. Always trying to do something, and here comes no, here comes the devil. Always fucking with my shit, man. Salaki, all about. I just want to say, how bad it's gonna get in the future, and to reiterate the point of us needing deliverance from the hand of our enemies. And since I mentioned that Deuteronomy 28 having no might in our hand, this is Deuteronomy 28, I believe. Yes, this is it. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 34. So that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. And as you can see, that Issacharite, let's just say Northern Kingdom mourning right there on the side of the street because of what's going on with the situation of his 11-year-old just getting blasted, man. And this is something that, I can't even describe of how bad it's going to get for all the tribes, and as bad as the Northern Kingdom is getting persecuted right now, believe it or not, when Esau Edom gets the green light, he's going to do even worse things to the Southern Kingdom. Because like the saying is made famous by Elder Malcolm, judgment starts with the Northern Kingdom first, but the Southern Kingdom gets it worst. And really, this is what's going to bring the Israelites to their knees. This is what's really going to give them that eye-opening epiphany, which means that you're coming to the comprehension of something that you have to do, of why they need a savior. A lot of Jakes have been scoffing at this truth. A lot of Jakes have been going back and forth on straddling the fence on, is this true? Is this something that I need to invest my time in? Do I actually need to read the Bible? All these questions are going to go out the door because every Israelite is going to be seeking for a miracle for how bad things are going to get. And the topic of violence and the sword running rampant is just one of many of the tribulations, calamities that Yahawashi is going to send among us. So, and this is what it's going to take to get Israel to really wake up, because the prophets have been out there. They've been teaching. They've been on the highways and byways. They've been doing lessons. They're on TikTok. They're on Instagram. They're all over the place, man. Unless you've been under a rock for the last 20 years, you can't say that you haven't heard this truth. Haven't known someone from high school that was an old friend, a cousin, even if it's not in your state, another cousin that is in the Hebrew Israelites, so-called, doesn't matter what camp they're in, whether IUIC, ISUPK, Sakari, or no longer Sakari, but these other camps that are on the forefront of putting their, material online, because everybody's on their phone all day, every day. So the point that they say that they didn't know, hey man, this is why it is so important to fear Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, because you don't want these scenarios to happen to you, your loved ones. And Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi promises mercy and protection in the time of tribulation when everybody's going to be going through this. Because either way, everybody's going to go through the hour of temptation. Either way, everybody's going to be faced with the opportunity to say yes or to say no to the MOT to the B, the charagma. And if you are not rooted and grounded and have built your foundation on Yahawashi, then ultimately your house is going to be taken down when that flood comes. When the waters raise and beat against the house, man, you're going to fold. You're going to, go run to Esau Edom to get charagma up just because your stomach is grumbling for more than a couple days. And let's say the lights are out and Esau Edom says, oh, I have food, but to get this, benefits, then you have to, bend over and take the charagma. And sadly, many of our people are going to make that choice because their faith wasn't built up in the time of grace, in the grace period that we're in right now. They weren't watching videos. They weren't building up their spirit. They weren't studying. They weren't keeping the oil in their lamp. And that's why the parable of the 10 virgins, the 5 foolish and 5 wise, is in the scriptures. Because 5 were wise and kept oil in their lamp ready for whenever the bridegroom came. And the other bridesmaids, put it off till last minute to when they went to go get the oil, when they went to go try and get the knowledge, understanding, and answers on why all this chaotic things are happening, they're not going to be able to get it, because for one, the prophets aren't going to be on the street teaching. You might see these bug out camps and go ahead and go to them and see what type of answers they got to give you. They say, oh, if you want to join our camp, since there's no money, now you got to give us a couple canned goods, or something diabolical like that, man. And the true colors of these other camps are really showing. So to think that it's going to get any better, hey man, you're just fooling yourself. And that's why we use these examples that happen every day when things are at peace. That man was just mad because somebody merged into his lane, tried passing him, and he was busting shots at the car. Or that neighbor was all creepy, didn't even need to, really do something diabolical like that, but he didn't like that Judite and he went and snatched his wife up, man. Crazy shit. And this is in the time of so-called peace. So how bad do you think, and how much worse do you think it's going to get in the time of tribulation? So I'm going to close it out on this, this last scripture before I get another call. But this is 2nd Ezra's. I'm going to go 8 and 50. 2nd Ezra's 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Man, imagine being so prideful that you think your pastor got it. Oh, I've been a Seventh-day Adventist my whole life. I've been a Christian my whole life. I don't gotta question my religion because I already know it's true. Well, I always say this to people: how do you know that what you're following is the truth if you never question it? Having questions about your faith is not questioning your religion. It's validating your belief in what you're following. So for their pride, and these people think they got the answers, this is exactly the type of judgments that are going to bring forth. This is 51. But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. So ultimately, man, we're going to have a cold, stony heart in the time of tribulation, because you can't help everybody. You're not going to, the time to help, and what you can do right now for your people is go out there and teach on the highways and byways. It doesn't even matter if you're in Great Millstone. As long as you're teaching the correct doctrine, you need to go out there and teach. Warn your people, or the blood is going to be on your hands. Tell the people how bad it's going to get, or you are going to be responsible for not warning your family. You are going to be responsible for not growing a fucking backbone and telling your wife, no, we ain't going to eat pork no more. We ain't going to do Christmas no more. We ain't going to do this. Hey, kids, sorry. No presents this year. Who cares if the world gets mad at you? All the brothers out here on the highways and byways, we went through the same thing with our families, man. Saying we ain't going to go to no turkey fucking dinner, man. We ain't going to buy no presents. Don't even call me. Don't invite me. Better not send me no damn Merry Christmas fucking text either. But people won't even give up that for Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. And you expect to be protected in these last days? You have to really reevaluate what you deem as important. Some fucking presents and a pagan holiday, or repenting and following Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Because again, this is just one of many examples why the fear of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is the beginning of wisdom. And since I said that, I gotta go to it. And I really want to finish this off until I get another call. This is Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So you do not want to be a fool. And just because it's coming from somebody with stammering lips, like myself or the other brothers across Babylon the Great and the world, you think you don't got to listen? Well, that's between you and the Lord, because at the end of the day, the elders and apostles, starting with the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, are going to be proven to be correct. And as I guess you could say, as rough as this message comes out, you're going to see that all the prophets have been telling you what you need to be doing to avoid judgment. So again, Proverbs 1 and 7, the fear of the Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So Lord willing that this lesson was edifying unto the elect. Till next time, I would like to give all glory, honor, and infinite praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Chachodash, and double honors to beloved elders and the apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth. And peace and salutations to all you hopeful elect Akim out there laboring that are pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. Stop straddling the fence. Get out there and teach. Till next time, Lord willing, Shalom.